Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about another crypto investor, Bryan Kelly, who's also on CNBC as he has his own little show too over crypto, and he's a huge crypto investor, and the show is called Fast Money Trader on CNBC. So I will be informing you about Bryan Kelly and his decision on Ethereum. So here you go.
Asset class get going. It's, there's a lot of different moving parts to that. Ethereum has a lot of development on it, but I want to point out one thing that I noticed since the first of the year, and Ethereum really has been a big performer. So what do we have here? Why, since the first of the year, do I think there's been a driver? We have a software upgrade. Those of you who know what's going on, it's the Casper testnet came out on January 1st. What does that mean? It's an upgrade to the Ethereum software in a sense. What does it do? It's the first step toward moving.
So yeah, guys, that software is currently something that's been used by a lot of blockchains, and the Casper network right here is an institutional grade decentralized finance. So it's with DeFi. It's a protocol built in its own blockchain, and it's used for the cryptocurrency ecosystem, and it's going to be a greater advantage to use instead of proof of stake, which is the other software, which is mainly used for about how many coins you have of Ethereum. And there's like a limit of how many you can have. So he's explaining in the video about Casper work and how it's currently being used for Ethereum and how they're upgrading to use better software for the cryptocurrency. Here's Bryan Kelly again with more information.
Away from energy intensive mining. We've all read the articles about, Bitcoin mining takes so much energy as a small country. There's potential for the mining ban in China. Well, with the Casper upgrade, Ethereum is going to be able to move or start to move in the direction of what's called proof of stake. I don't need all those big energy intensive miners if I use proof of stake. So, number three, we talked about the potential mining ban. As Ethereum moves towards this, the value of not having to rely on miners becomes more valuable to those. So I think that's one reason, at least a tailwind here for Ethereum. So let's go take a look at a chart. Okay, this is from Jan 1. Look at that. You had that little uptick there, and that to me was that little thing that changed that made this entire run go higher.
Hey, Bryan,
yes.
Question for you. First of all, there's been some concern that there's been a lot of congestion on the Ethereum network, that transactions are getting bogged.
So yeah, guys, as you can see, Bryan Kelly has the Ethereum chart up and is currently talking about it. So it's been on a huge bull run this past few months, and currently is upheld and is kind of dipping, but it's going to currently be going back up as soon as more information is, as he's saying here, it's being tracked, and they're having better software. And of course, Ethereum is a coin of the future. Here's Bryan Kelly again on more about Ethereum.
Down that the prices are going up and that they need to push through this plasma technology, which will increase throughput. Does this, is this a fly in the ointment? Is this going to be, victim of their own success?
Well, scaling for any blockchain is the biggest challenge that we have out there right now. This software upgrade, again, is a step in that right direction. But the problem with all of these blockchains are they're so popular that nobody wants to go there anymore. And by that, I mean it's very difficult to scale. There are some solutions coming out. One of them coming out towards the end of the month, I believe, or actually towards the end of February, is Cosmos. That's an internet of blockchains. Full disclosure, I'm an investor in that.
Cosmos. That was a great soccer team in the late 70s.
Pele, Giorgio Canale.
Beckenbauer, Stevie Hunt, Shep Messing,
Dennis Stewart.
Quick question, BK, if I may.
Yes.
Gentlemen.
Sorry.
So what is your position now in Ethereum versus the others?
Ethereum is one of my largest positions at this point in time. It's one of the...
You hear that, guys? It's Bryan Kelly is one of his largest positions, so he holds a certain amount of coins over any other crypto like Bitcoin, Dogecoin, you name it. So this man is helping scale the coin, and of course the software currently is doing that because this coin is on a huge bull run, like I just said. So I'm going to give it back to Brian Kelly here.
I think it's one of the top two in the fund at this point in
Did it
time.
become the largest because of the run or because you added to it at the beginning of the year?
Because I've added to it. Yeah,
okay.
Because I've added to it. I mean, I'm an active trader, so I will trade around this. But for right now, it's one of my largest positions.
All right, guys. So pretty much he was just breaking down the news of Ethereum's current amazing run that it's been on and the rise of the coin itself. And I'm going to play one other short little clip. He was interviewed on the CNBC Market Alert for Ethereum, and he's a main huge investor, and he's all in on Ethereum here. So I'm going to hand this over to Brian Kelly again.
About BK, which is Ethereum and Bitcoin. Ethereum above $4,000. I mean, it has boomed. What is behind this last 2 to 3 week surge in ETH?
Yeah, so you've got a couple things going on with Ethereum. One, the DeFi or decentralized finance. A lot of those projects are built on top of Ethereum. The second part is coming up in July, Ethereum's going to do a hard fork of what we might call a software upgrade for simple terms. And what that's going to do, it's going to change its monetary policy. So it resembles something a little.
So you guys just heard that there. Ethereum is going to be even more. It's going to be more efficient, and it's going to be able to scale more in the next month or so. In July, they're going to have better software, as Brian Kelly is saying here. And this coin has been on a huge bull run, as you guys can see on this graph here, this chart. And currently, if you're not invested in Ethereum, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm going to give it back to Brian Kelly here.
A little bit more like Bitcoin, not exactly, but basically it's going to cut the supply down a bit. So you've got, good development plus a monetary policy change, and that's really what's fueling Ethereum at this point in time.
Will there be a fixed amount of Ethereum at some point, like theoretically the 21 million cap on Bitcoin?
That is.
So the current question is, and as he is currently trying to figure out, is there going to be a market cap on Ethereum? What's going to happen with the coin's market cap? Is there going to be a limit of how many coins you can own or have or buy? So it's pretty much all up to the coin, Ethereum, and the owner and programmer, Vitalik. So I'm just going to pass this back to Brian Kelly here. He's going to tell you more about what's going to currently happen with Ethereum this summer, and more news about, how it's going to evolve and be powerful for the next generation of crypto.
The literally trillion-dollar question. What they're doing right now is they're burning some supply as the coin is used. Therefore, that starts to slow down what we call inflation. It is not a hard cap as of yet, but my view on all of these is that ultimately they need to be a viable currency, and they need to have the ability to store value, which, as we've seen from Bitcoin, the best way to accomplish that is to put a hard cap on it.
So boom, right there, as you just said, there's going to be a huge use for the coin. Just as Bitcoin, it's going to be used as a nice way of a nice incentive of using it for anything that you like to invest in. Like how Bitcoin's been used to buy basically whatever. You can send money, transfer it back and forth, like in your crypto wallet. So pretty much Ethereum here is it's gonna be the next Bitcoin.
I don't know if Ethereum will ever do that. It may be okay with the monetary policy they're changing now, but it's certainly possible.
So is this move, you think, BK, it sounds like just this advanced move ahead of that, for lack of a better term, software or blockchain adjustment they are doing to try to cap supply? In other words, is this a sort of a not artificial, but more of a short-term run-up based on that expected move, and when it actually happens, buy the rumor, sell the news, that it may cap it? Or do you think, like to Tom Lee, a Fundstrat's view, he thinks Ethereum could go to $10,000?
Yeah, I think, I would be in agreement with Tom. It would not surprise me to see Ethereum at $10,000. The one thing that we have to remember when we had the last big bull market like we're having in crypto now, there were many months that Ethereum was down 30, 40% in a month. So that can happen here on its way to 10,000. And maybe we are seeing a bit of anticipation of this upgrade. But I still think that if you're going to have a big portion of decentralized finance, Ethereum is being used for actual products with billions and billions of dollars being deployed on the network, and that is valuable. So sure, could we have a 20, 30% decline? Absolutely, but I'd probably lean more to the Tom Lee side and say I think 10,000 by the end of the year would not surprise me.
All right, guys, thank you for watching that video about Bryan Kelly and his current advice and news he knows about the coin Ethereum. So I'm currently going to pull up the current chart and what the price is right now, and you guys leave a comment below of what do you think it's going to reach. Does it have the potential to reach $10,000 like he just said in the video? And currently it's at $2,400 right now per coin. So just continue to watch the coin, stay up to date by my channel, because I will inform you more about the crypto market and Ethereum. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more.